Abusiafo for hey Alpha OneTV channel first time I so I need no book coins no subscribe ya mine. Sleeping news be no she be notification on so abesha so man visa be shamo adam for so enye bi for me nkan sam tin say ene na parliament no motina se na insema maka no ano hye papa na insema speakers ora to dwan so emo remie pa inim say ene eye beka eye the minority for na the some yen keten kokon keten no and parliament no adom share tuntum aden as omo ye in forms of more protest against a speaker abambami or no decision now make it so suspend a beka for MPs omo den the omo protest here 3 MPs now right now no you say any power dey any match say omo this a beka a protest na kwakoma omo protesting against a speaker no you see people dey me Afenyo markings. Now right now the speaker na catch here one more protest against me say decision we are making is so being just or more meeting the court as if so catch Afenyo marking so meeting the court because or no na can say it was said 3 MPs no item or the use suspension in film so another pray we check by any MP back so come edina skepira come on franchise na we no na ma a speaker bamba be because niema amoko ye ewo vet na se no intimate describe more as a honorable because niema mkoye say mountain time kunya de form Moses is a beka microphone ya de no more distracted a beka nominees for na do mabano more distracted beka mahama beka omo they nominate some brana mo vet mo delay o madwuma keke na some mountain time kunya see a table so no intimate describe more as a more honorables. I don't know man's Kevin and this some a constitution may be the Ekikansim or a parliament chum the interior or suspend your money. Coming good is a information about needing commercial to us.
Anyway, I have no problem meeting you in court, but that's where I was farming for many years before I became a member of parliament. So I have lifted the suspension order, and I do so instantly, and it takes effect immediately. The honorable members so affected are permitted now to enter the presence of the House. I must say that they complied. They actually complied with the orders. And the standing orders are clear. And presence of parliament is defined. And we have the men and women to enforce the law. And they actually did enforce the law. And also the law enforcement agencies, Marshal's Department, the police service for their support. Let me once again assure the House of my commitment to upholding the dignity of this House. All of you seated here, I am responsible for upholding your rights and protecting all of you. And those who have felt the branches of the law, honorable member, when it is before me, nobody can save you. When it's outside, you can run to me, I will go and save you. And you can ask your colleagues. A lot has come before me, and I've always intervened, both sides, to protect the members and to save them. You can ask all the state agencies involved. And so it's not restricted to any side, both sides, all members. Those of you who don't know it, that's why I'm drawing your attention to it. When you get into any of those challenges and you draw the attention of the office of the Speaker intervenes. And by law, you are protected. But I can assure you that when there are students, there must be a headmaster. If you don't have a headmaster, you know what is going to happen in the school. The former Minister of Education is nodding his head. But I'll end by saying this, which is better captured in Latin. It says, qui multum datum. It's very simple. To whom much is given, much is expected. And so, you are not called honorable for nothing. They expect so much from you. And don't forget that there's life after Parliament. With this, I want to thank all of you for your attention. And I promise you, the investigations will continue. The report will be brought to the House. The House will have an opportunity to take a decision. That is the procedure outlined by our rules, by our practice, and by custom and convention of the House. That will be done. Honorable members, self-regulation is better than external regulation. And so, please, this matter should be handled by the special committee at the committee level and report to us. I've told the leaders to make themselves available to the committee and to state exactly what happened, because we want nothing but facts, nothing but the truth, so that we can apply the rules correctly. I urge the committee not to make it a matter of public debate. What you know here is not known by the public. What you do here is also not known by the public. And so when you rush to the public, one word can confuse the whole country. But that word will be understood differently in this House. We still have a lot of work to do with our partners outside this House. A matter of education, a matter of advocacy, and we'll focus on it. So I thank you all, and please, let's continue to work together. As again, Minority Leader, you can start.
Mr. Speaker, I convey the gratitude of the Minority Caucus on your final decision in these matters. We reiterate our continuous cooperation and believe that the gesture thus far shown by you and that of my respected senior colleague and senior at the bar who leads the House, we will make things better, and that we would have a big stomach to accommodate ourselves, especially we sitting to your left, the minority. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, today I'm taking lessons in humility. My brother and colleague, the minority leader, is teaching me how to be humble. Mr. Speaker, we thank you very much for your magnanimity and considering our appeals and lifting the suspension on our colleagues. We want to assure you that we will be of good behavior going forward, and your appointments committee, I believe, will function in a better atmosphere. Mr. Speaker, there are a few other things that I will bring to your attention. In his statement, he drew attention to the organization of the security around where the appointments committee sits. He also drew attention to the corridor and how members of the appointments committee feel uncomfortable about the numbers that show up at the sitting of the appointments committee, and how sometimes it can get congested, and the pressures exerted by nominees, and then also some of the challenges. I think the part of the challenge was the fact that on the Wednesday, when they were supposed to sit, due to a decision to hear some contempt matters before them, they shifted a few more nominees to the day after. And so there was a lot of pressure on the Thursday, and that affected the crowds that showed up and the urge to try and approve and vet as many nominees as possible. So, Mr. Speaker, these are all matters that I will take up with my colleague and the chairman of the appointments committee. But in the meantime, we thank you for your decision to set aside the suspension of our colleagues. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, let me also on your behalf thank our leaders for leading us to solve this problem. I was going to make a very lengthy statement on the other incident affecting the clerk to the committee. In view of what has happened, I will summarize it. I won't go through the whole hog. I did indicate this to the leaders, and in fact, I read through it to them, and I think that it's important. I draw the attention of members to the salient points, and particularly our partners, the public, to what is expected of all of us when we are dealing with the staff. This is the law, it's in the Constitution, it's in the Acts, and it's in our standing orders. Once again, I make this statement to address conduct of some members of the appointments committee.
For Niama is Gabambabi Eka. Video no query, Unsana a Becca Afenyo man Kesi in Zegunechi. To say then what Brennan wants a who become put that I'm a majority that I regarding honorable guy asking you parties. Someone or more can just say that you say was you and may be free for your market because another what Brennan wants a pound or Cassagno in Zegunechi. Ye name say on possess speaker and just saw 3 MPC to me the Indian will be any. I just ordinary Zegunechi. I just say, I'm just a majority leader. No. The NDC MPs near the air son of patches. Quite nimbuasi at Yama Afenyo market because Ye ni say that they be or kasa like or kasa sa I came to attack and or back now right now no is man a speaker and barber can say Niema no ebeka niema no moko sese no e veterans and artists or the see from can say or suspend this MPs no because I'm not fast chaos no e by no I'm still no man so a investigation about niema e course or veterans no because niema mo says in this speaker this a table this a chair near the kaka ho say no a state property or parliament. Inti ekwe ban krampo chese ye de omo salary na be na me repair ye use taxpayers money behind every person animal no ayene MPP sa momo address mo zamu yango konkete see don kete akrampo catch us say micro minority no say mo ba parliamentar and the elephant ni ade makoche black na mood protest against a speaker because ni decision or ye no mo na nyaadwen Ntingebe ya dem afia kokrampo no on the suspension and that's on none so not 3 MPP no members parliament. How come mo fast adi kokrampo by no dem afia kokrampo no pija table ni bio mo attack no so the area at back but mo meeting time table dare ni na de nkuya isi table no so inteno na ma speaker na isi form a suspend mo inteze mo ntiasia Mungo meet speaker na mo say mo meeting or court. Meet me at court. Otiase meet me at court. And on as speaker baby. Right now na ba to judge say some more can in parliament no. And they won't update kakabra beat me ache wadwen or comment to beat me so ache amo adam for so enye bia should beat me so stay tuned. Na the because of parliament bia no you make sure say din na ebebem na update him no. Higher for anje chakam nyina.